YouTube is hard. I find it hard to keep up with multiple things and the goals at the same time, especially trying to pull off the YouTube content on a regular basis, impressing everyone on it every time more and more. And by this point in life, where normally I try to do YouTube, but also make my own games or keep up with my self care goals, it's overwhelming. Life is a bitch. I hate to be the only one complaining about her own life on YouTube.com, as per usually happens on this platform. There's plenty of people like that on this abhorrent draconian platform already. But a lot of people like me will like to take the easy route and do some evasion and escapism for a bit. People like me escape the ever crushing reality they live by just numbing their brains with games like Bilateral Day and let time just fly by like the sands of time, ever slipping from your hands, fleeting, counting your few remaining years left of your life until all goes away. So, in what game did I waste my fleeting life for this time? Well, it's a game called YouTuber's Life OMG, which has been lingering in my Steam library for ages and coincidentally has been in my I really hate this game's collection for a good reason. YouTuber's Life or YouTuber's Life OMG is a YouTuber emulation game made by Uplay Online, a company that also happens to be located in Spain, a complete hellhole of a place to make a startup in. This company has been producing mostly mobile game slop for over decades, and I question right now how it's still active today. The game has been exploited by many YouTubers on our platform like, I don't know, 8 years ago, and it's funny because it shows how this game has aged as much of that of a rotting carton of milk. Most of the references in the game to other sorts of pop culture and everything has been dated to prehistoric, pre-COVID times, mostly well covered with obfuscated names of franchises to avoid trademark infringements. Like the game is called YouTuber's Life, but the platform you're working on in game is often referred to as YouTube, as if the developer has borderline shy enough to avoid a trademark infringement from Google at the moment they came out with the name and then started developing the game. Sort of as if it was a blatant conflict of interest. Also, the latest sequel, YouTuber's Life 3, is coming up this year, 2025. I'm not kidding. They're still making these, so I might assume they probably should by now keep up with things like, I don't know, the COVID pandemic, the ongoing growing drama online, the more predatory and certification of platforms like YouTube and the sort, or even current geopolitical conundrums. But it seems apparent none of these games even slightly tackle that, especially considering it's way behind the Mr. Bitification of YouTube times, apparently watching the trailers alone. I don't think anyone at this point is interested in playing YouTubers Live today, as its novelty just dried out among the sea of other content creators who milk the game dry. And you might be wondering, why a video like this game now? Why from me? Well, it's mainly because I wanted to describe the existential crisis I'm going through with YouTube right through the simple means of a YouTuber simulator, because Lord help me, I pretty much ran out of ideas. YouTuber's Life OMG plays out like a combination between a regular tycoon game and a Sims game. You have to keep your subscriber numbers and revenue going up, trying at the same time to complement it with your social life. While being social in this game can be understandable since YouTube itself is a social platform, but the implications of it are darker, and I'll tackle that eventually. For this, I decided to roleplay as one of the most controversial has-beens of the old YouTube age, Keemstar, an old dinosaur of the YouTube history, and like a 1950s keys on Christmas Eve, I sometimes like old, ancient dinosaurs. I even came up with inventive clickbait titles for videos that it was resembles the early days of Keemstar's YouTube trolling fame, often borderline controversial. The whole game boils down to grinding your hours and hours into producing videos, at first while studying so your mom doesn't punish you for anything, and while keeping up your sleep and hunger in check. The videos you produce are a series of nondescript actions that you quickly mash together that determine somehow the quality of a video. A series of cards you play where you gamble away the quality of a video for certain results, and this card collection keeps expanding as you gain XP points and charisma points. To say this is a simplistic view on how to produce videos on YouTube is an unfortunate understatement. You see, in real life, the process of editing videos is way more complicated than just here producing Let's Plays. If you're elaborating a video of sorts so that it's more than just a Let's Play or a vlog, you have to account the whole creative process behind it. For video essays like these, for instance, you have to plan ahead the video, write it down in a script with a certain creative writing skills. You have to have the audacity to record it, implying you have the charisma and bravery to do so. You have to edit it carefully so it matches your creative vision of sorts, etc., etc. This is just oversimplified to the point of not bothering to make you think of those implications. You just mix and match actions altogether, and while the titles I put to these videos are inventive, they often hold even no impact on the quality of the video whatsoever, leaving it to just the numbers like people like this in this game or ignoring the titles of the videos altogether. And for what results, you say? Well, at first there might be a tiny glimpse of success with sort of minimally well-optimized videos like these, but by the time you pass more time in the game, the results, despite your numbers slowly going up, are ever diminishing. So you have to rely as well on literally using your social acquaintances as financial assets of sorts, sometimes making easy money by making videos for them, which again translates them as that, financial assets and not people, who respond to you with automated responses, not like a robot, mind you, but like a slot machine, where you gamble your social points away, making the numbers either go up or down. Sometimes we like to consider concepts such as the Homo ludens explored by historian and Professor Johann Huizinga, where we as humans like to play pretend we're certain things as part of our human nature, as well as animals. But at what point is this game, YouTuber's Life, does it do its play pretend thing when in reality it reflects even more the crude reality of a real life YouTuber like myself? This utter simulacra of being a YouTuber is a grind, where you keep playing pretend in a virtual cage, the grind of making videos, standing in your mom's house, working, eating, and sleeping, sometimes socializing with other simulacra of what could be described as merely the husk of virtual human beings that are merely used for personal gain. And it is not as good of a simulacra, it seems. It is often janky. I remember it crashing previously when I played other times. My mom scolded me for not studying, even though I studied minutes ago before she came into my room to give me an automated NPC response. And this simulacra is often an oversimplification of the whole YouTube's creative process. How am I supposed to feel different from when I'm grinding on videos, or hell, grinding in general, when here I'm grinding the same way? And in the meantime, time flies away, I'm getting older and wearier, the ozone layer keeps opening up, a gaping hole up on itself for massive oil baron profits, the world is literally burning, and the world simulation situation keeps getting worse and worse as we are in the shores of hell itself. I quit once again playing YouTuber's Life. Keemstar, albeit barely having 100,000 subscribers in-game, will never leave his mom's house, will probably keep producing the same garbage, trolling videos with diminishing impact more and more, and will never be the #1 YouTuber on the planet with his space station and his network and all. This is a complicated game to tackle. It's competent minimally at what it does as a game, but I can't help it only facilitates reflecting a reality we average YouTubers tend to face on a regular basis. Unless you win the YouTube lottery like Mr. Beast did himself out of sheer luck and coincidence, you're going to find yourself grinding to keep up with a draconian algorithm that will punish you for the most minimal thing, often driven by a god-awful AI that can dictate entirely your whole livelihood. I'd imagine in this game, as you first acquire your rental home, getting out of your mom's house, you'd also have to keep up with your rent so the landlord doesn't kick you out of the place and leave you homeless again, which can be annoying by itself. But not only that, it says a lot about how YouTube itself can dictate your livelihood so much that, thanks to, unfortunately, your life is on a thin line. The main problem I have with this game, aside with its oversimplification of the YouTuber process, is that it is often sugarcoated in the sugarcoat of being cool, of a cool YouTuber, making cool videos, making cool friends, being a cool guy or girl in the hopes you can chase the dream of becoming the one YouTuber. All in the while, the game creates on your mind that existential crisis of the ever-growing grind of not just adulthood, but working for a corporation such as YouTube.com and Google under growingly draconian circumstances. It's cringe. There's no denying it. It's pure, unadulterated cringe. Despite its appraisal, I not recommend this game even to the worst of my enemies. Not because the game is bad, albeit it's just minimally decent that it just happens to have aged as poorly as rotten spoiled milk, but because I do not wish on anyone the same existential crisis that I face through playing this game. 0 out of 10. Velociraptor? Oh! Epic! Help me.